Ooh, a lizard. Is that a lizard? That's a lizard. Do you want to see the lizard? Can't see him anymore. He was on the wall. Oh, spray out. We got more stuff. As you can see in the backyard. We're supposed to be working on it. But front yard so far, because that needed work too. That was kind of one of the bigger things because a lot of the rocks are going to go on the side of the house, side by our neighbors. So I had to pull all the weeds back there, which is a pain in the fucking ass. And there are some that you just can't pull out, so we got some weed killer. So I was thinking on using that later because it did rain the other day. And you know what? I don't like the rain because it just feeds the weeds. But yeah, we're going to spray that back here and over there. And got some firewood because we have a tree outside and we got all the sticks from it. That was a fly that just flew from my face and I'm disgusted. Anyway, I'll start off. We got chairs and a table, and my teeth are yellow because I didn't want to brush them after I had soda because I'm still drinking it. And I'm just gonna work out here. It's actually pretty warm. It's like maybe 80 degrees. But yeah, my little ivy from California. If any of you have lived near Redondo, there's a big hill, and that's basically where this is from. So I have a little piece of California here with us. We have an even bigger piece here, and then we have my plant, which is like, there's a little flower bud. Y'all see that? I see that. I love it. I love him. Little bean sprout's not so little anymore. He's got a little flower on him. I'm so proud of you. I love how I say I'm proud of you to my plants. But that's the tree. Sorry, it's windy. You're gonna be able to hear this really bad. Oh, I just banged my knee. Okay, let's turn on the pile of stones that used to go around here. Oh no, it's all gone again. Oh fuck. I'm gonna have to redraw that with a Sharpie or paint. That is this. This used to be hanging over there and our dad did not like it, and it's always starting to crack the wall because it's so big. And he decided to do anything before people moved in, because yes, we are getting neighbors there now, finally. Over here we just clipped a little bit because there are neighbors on that side. We moved that because it was right there. So we have this on that tree. There's this funny apple tree. He didn't want to clip off too much because it doesn't really hang into our garden so much, but like these big branches were. He's been trying. Oh, there's bees. Hi. Yeah, they like those trees because they have flowers on them. And they smell really good. But anyway, there's that. That needs to be taken out, and it's apparently really hard to take out. And there's a bunch of fucking stones, so we just have a fuck ton of stones. And broken glass tile, and more weeds because it rained. And wood that has been sitting out, and it actually got rained on. But we're gonna take this, take all the leaves off, put it in a pile in the sun, wait for it to dry. We had to take this one out. This miniature palm tree looking ass. There's like that's something else. There's like a lot of shit we have to do back here. We still haven't tilled all the dirt. We can't really do anything right now because I don't want to fucking move these. We also have to plan. This is our current backyard situation. Oh, and my other little bean sprout that my stepmom accidentally yanked out thinking it was a weed. He is starting to get a little flower as well. He's growing back nice. You see a little bit yellow, but that's gone down quite a bit. He's a healthy little plant again. And yeah, can't really do much in our yard as of right now because my dad and my brother are like, I don't want to work on it, and I'm like, well, you're the ones who do like all like the really, really hard physical labor, like helping till the dirt and cutting stuff, like chopping down like the branches and all that shit, because they're really strong and I'm a weakling. I'm not that weak, but it's like they usually, oh, don't do that. So I'm usually not allowed to do stuff like that. And even chopping onions, they don't really let me chop the onions all too often because I usually end up slicing my fingers open. Ugh, this is like making my hands dirty because these chairs need to be washed. But we're thinking in the middle, as I was saying earlier, like before we chop down the trees and stuff and all that jazz, like there would be like a patio, and my dad's like, oh, he was thinking cement. I'm like, I was thinking like stones and stuff in a circle, and he wants to put fake grass in, and I'm like, okay, choice is yours, but still, dude, why? I don't want fake grass, I kinda want real grass, but there's so much. You need to pull weeds and you gotta water it. And I do want a garden, but he's like, oh no, sunflowers. And I'm like, I want mammoth sunflowers. I want to bring back the bees. And he's like, no, they'll take over the garden. And I'm like, not if I can help it. Like, I mean, I don't even want like mammoth. I want like the smaller ones because mammoths are like 12 feet tall. And those are the ones in California that are really big. When you think of a sunflower, you think of the ones that are taller than you. That's what those are. And I had sunflowers before. We just planted a bunch of flowers in our garden. We had a little sprinkler system. I helped build it. Yeah, it was actually a really nice little garden. It was only like 3-4 feet across though, so it wasn't too big. And then we moved. And that was actually a kind of a present for my sister because she loved plants. But she didn't really care about the garden all too much. Oh, by the way, these are the... Oh, there's like a old meat that my brother left out. These are the gloves that should be able to fit my hand, but like... Howdy. Let's get this thumb out. Okay. You get the point though. Like fucking giant. My hands are tiny. Also, yes, that was a Christmas mat. We don't know what to do with it. It's like too hot to do any work now. This is like what happened last summer, where we had to like clear out all the rocks in that little circle. That's why there's no rocks in this giant portion of the yard. That's because of us putting a pool there for the summer and going in it quite a few times actually. It's kind of like you couldn't swim in it, but just like splash in it really. Wasn't that grand. So who fucked my lizards? It's really nice out though. I just don't want to do yard work because I have no one to do it with, and it's so fucking hot. Like, it's crazy how warm it is, and I'm just like, shawarma? For some reason, the word shawarma is like fun to say right now, but I really don't want to clear out the rocks, and I kind of just want to do the weeds. But then again, I can't really handle poison, so it's gonna be my dad's job or my brother's job. I don't know why. He used to poison before because we have fucking ants, and our house is old. We get ants easy, even if we keep it clean. And I had to spray in the kitchen, and my dad's like, that's a big no-no. And I'm like, it's not touching any food at all whatsoever. But they're like coming out of the walls. Like, Dad, it needs to be sprayed. Like, their entrances and shit, or else they're gonna get in the cabinets and all that stuff. We couldn't have any exposed food out on the table, and like they would go into like our bathrooms upstairs, and it was like just getting really bad. got to that point, and it's like, so yeah. Hopefully if we make the backyard nice, that won't be a problem. And apparently, like, it was right underneath, like, our little patio deck where there's, like, water that gets stuck there. So, like, right at the front, we had to till the soil just so the, ants don't have food and water there, because there's, like, a fuck ton of water that just stayed from when it snowed and it was trapped under rock and all that shit. So that's fun. Also, I hate this table, but I love it at the same time. And I set up my altar, finally, it's on the inside. But I don't like the chairs, and, like, our backyard's really messy. And, like, you can't really sit out here and relax, because it just gives me anxiety, because I'm like, there's so much shit that we have to do when we're not doing it. And I have an excuse that I'm not doing it, because I can't fucking do anything, because I'm a lightweight in this house. Like, I'm not the lightest one, but I'm, like, compared to, like, my brother and my dad, half this stuff, like, you need to weigh, like, more than 150 to do. Like, tilling the soil, like, you need to use your full body weight. 150 pounds ain't cutting it. It's not. I would say this many newtons of force, and I'm just like, why? No one uses newtons. You always use, like, oh, this many pounds of force. So, but yeah, 150 pounds is not. I can literally see the heat coming off that table. That's depressing. But yeah, 150 pounds ain't doing shit to get that thing in the ground. Unless the soil is, like, really soft. And I had to, like, jump on it and, like, force it to go in the ground. Like, it's not like my brother where if he's, like, 260 and can shove it in, no problem. Yeah, I can't do that. Hi, I'm a weak link in the axis. Get the point? I get what I'm saying. But yeah. Also, I set up my altar, and I took some obsidian that we found, and we broke it into pieces. And I'm thinking on breaking another piece, but, like, breaking it so it's, like, kind of like, oh, it's, like, a smaller piece, but it's not so big, so George won't really notice that it's gone. Plus, we can always get more obsidian. And I don't know why he broke it up in the first place, so. Oh well. But yeah. My friend has, like, nothing to put on his altar for Beltane and stuff, and I know it's a fire festival, I know some of the stones and shit, but I said I would give him a seashell and obsidian, so fun. Plus I'm going back to California, and hopefully I'll go to the beach and stuff, and we'll all hang out and have fun. Maybe have a picnic. I don't know. I was actually thinking on, like, telling Lucci and Allie that, but I don't have Allie's number. Allie, you might be watching this and being like, what? You're coming out? Yeah, I'm going to California. I'm leaving, like, May 25th-ish, I believe, unless it changes, and I'm coming back, like, June 3rd. So, that's fun. That's only gonna be my only real vacation. And, yeah, after this, I had to film something for Cafe Zupas, because I applied to work there. I'm just like, well, fuck. And I had to get my driver's license, so I had to study for that. So I think I'm gonna do that instead of sitting out here and basking in all the nature's glory. I can't speak today. But yeah. Hopefully I don't get distracted, because right now this is a big distraction. And I'm gonna put the skateboard that I've been, like, moving underneath my feet for 20 minutes. And I don't feel good because I had, like, really shitty food from Target. And it's, like, embarrassing to the point that, like, I close the blinds so my neighbors won't watch me eat it. Also, some of those sticks are like kind of not dry. But they're dry enough, but the ones over there are like freshly cut, so. I think it's safe to go in. Noink. See your stuff, so. I look ugly today. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Also, like, we have these forever. But, like, they're only useful for when you're on the computer and you need headphones. Also, look, my little altar. Here for no fucking reason. They're usually up here, but there's a chunk of obsidian. But, there. Pictures of loved ones. There's gonna be flowers that go into this. And salt, but obviously the flowers aren't going in right now. And this plugs in like right here. And ta-da! I have designated that for my altar because I was like, I need to set one up somewhere. And I had nowhere to do it also. And Lewis gave me an S in citizenship. R.I.P. I mean, it's better than, like, he might give some people, like, an O specifically if they're fluent in French, but me, I'm just like, I have to speak French. No, I'll go back. Oh, that's a really pretty picture. That's me and my brother's account, but I don't know what that is, but it's pretty. Anyway, I'm gonna go.